18-261. For what purpose does the gentleman from South Carolina seek recognition?
Speaker, I have an amendment at the desk.
The clerk will designate the amendment.
Amendment number 110, printed in Part A of House Report number 118-261, offered by Mr. Norman of South Carolina.
Pursuant to House Resolution 838, the gentleman from South Carolina, Mr. Norman, and a member of the opposed, each will control 5 minutes. The chair recognizes the gentleman from South Carolina.
Mr. Speaker, my amendment would prohibit funding for policies that advance the Biden administration's radical diversity, equity, and inclusion agenda. Specifically, my amendment would prohibit the use of funds for the Department of the Interior's Office of Diversity, Inclusion, and Civil Rights. This office's goal is to promote equity and justice for all Americans. What does that mean? I think what they mean is they want equal outcomes instead of equal opportunity. What this does is further entrench environmental justice in the bureaucracy in and of itself. From the military to corporations to federal agencies, we have seen time and time again that the DEI mission fosters tribalism in the workplace. It undermines our shared American identity and distracts from the missions of our federal agencies. I reserve the balance of my time.
The gentleman from South Carolina reserves. For what purpose does the gentlewoman from Maine seek recognition?
I rise in strong opposition to this amendment.
The gentlewoman is recognized.
One of our greatest strengths as a nation is our diversity. The American experience is not a singular experience, and diversity programs exist to recognize this. The fact is, and business leaders agree, having a diverse and inclusive culture in the workplace is critical to performance. Attempting to defund or block the implementation of these efforts only takes us back to a time where our nation's diversity was not seen as an asset. I oppose this amendment, and I encourage my colleagues to do the same. I reserve the balance of my time.
Reserves. The gentleman from South Carolina is recognized.
Mr. Speaker, I'll close out by saying the cancer in this country is at $33 trillion in debt. Companies have to expend funds for this, which the interest alone is over $20,000 per second, the interest alone. And the woke programs have got to be dealt with, and the only way you deal with them is cut their funding. I yield back the balance of my time.
The gentleman yields. The gentlewoman from Maine is recognized.
I oppose this amendment, and I yield back.
The gentlewoman yields. The question is on the amendment offered by the gentleman from South Carolina. Those in favor say aye. Those opposed say no. In the opinion of the chair, the ayes have it.
I request a recorded vote, Mr. Chair.
The gentlewoman requests a recorded vote. Pursuant to Clause 6 of Rule 18,